the basket sits on my lap in the car, the whole drive over. And I keep glancing down at it, the way you check on something fragile, even though it's just woven wicker and plastic grass. And a card my daughter spent 20 minutes on, her tongue between her teeth in concentration, writing Happy Easter Grandma in handwriting that still loops the wrong way on her capital GI, carry it in with both hands. My mother is in the kitchen when I set it on the table, surrounded by the usual brunch chaos. My sister Rachel's kids running past with plastic eggs, the smell of ham, someone's phone playing music too loud for the room. My mother looks at the basket the way you'd look at something that arrived uninvited. "Don't make this a pity show," she says, not quietly, not for just me. A few heads turn. I want to tell you I had something to say back. I didn't. I smiled. The kind of smile that costs you something to produce. And I set the basket down gently, like it hadn't just been insulted, and I went and found my kids' coats. Here's a thing I think about on the drive home, unprompted, the way memory works when you're not trying to summon it. 4 years ago, when my mother's fixed income started falling short around the 20th of every month, I set up a shared account so I could cover the gap without making her ask each time. It felt good, doing that. It felt like the kind of love that doesn't need to announce itself. I never thought of it as a transaction. I think, somewhere in the years since, my mother stopped thinking of it as anything at all. Not generosity, not help, just weather, the same way Daniel's family treated his jokes as weather. Something that simply occurred, monthly, without a source. I don't slam any doors leaving brunch. I just gather coats, buckle car seats, say a flat goodbye to Rachel, who looks confused but not concerned, because nobody in that kitchen yet understands that something has actually ended. For 3 days I don't do anything dramatic. I don't decide to punish anyone. I just don't do the thing I've done on autopilot for 4 years. I don't log in on the first of the month and move the cushion into the shared account. I don't even consciously decide not to. I just don't do it. The way you don't do a chore you've quietly stopped believing is yours to do. It isn't until day 3, looking at my phone and noticing the date, that I realize the not doing was itself a kind of decision, even if I hadn't experienced it as one in the moment. Rachel's text comes through on the afternoon of the 3rd day. "Why did you lock the account? We can't pay." Then, a minute later, a screenshot of a shut-off notice from the electric company, my mother's name on it, the red text at the bottom impossible to misread. I didn't lock anything, I just stopped feeding it. But I understand why it reads as the same thing to her. I think about what to say for a long time, longer than the text deserves. Maybe, but I want to be careful, because I don't want this to become the show my mother accused me of staging. In the end, I write back something small, almost embarrassingly small for the size of what's actually happening. "Thought you didn't want a show." I don't feel satisfied sending it. I want to be honest about that. There's no flicker of triumph, no sense of a scale rebalancing. There's just a flat, slightly sick feeling, the feeling of watching a thing you built quietly start to come apart because you stopped holding it up. My mother arrives at my door 40 minutes later. I hear the car before I hear the knock, the specific way she shuts a door when she's already decided what kind of conversation this is going to be. I open it before she can knock twice. She's furious in the particular way that's really just frightened, wearing a louder coat. "You can't just cut us off," she says, no greeting, straight into it. "We have bills, Rachel has the kids." I stand in the doorway. I don't invite her in and I don't close the door either. "I'm not cutting anyone off," I say. "I just stopped doing something I was never actually asked to keep doing. You can ask me for help, Mom. You've just never had to. Because I never made you. I think I'm done being a thing nobody has to ask for." She doesn't have an answer for that, or if she does, she doesn't say it. She stands there a moment, the cold coming in past her into the hallway, and I watch something in her face shift, not into apology exactly, more into the recognition that the basket on the table 3 days ago wasn't actually about a basket. I tell her I'll help with this month, this once, while she figures out something steadier. Not because the door scene demands a clean reversal, but because I'm not trying to make anyone go without electricity to prove a point. But I tell her plainly that the automatic version of this, the invisible monthly thing she never had to see, isn't coming back. She leaves without thanking me and without apologizing, and I close the door slowly. Not as a statement, just because that's how doors close. I don't feel like I won anything. I just feel, for the first time in a long time, like I'm standing on the same side of the door as myself.